Welcome to An Alternate Hue. I'm Hugh Anderson, and this is some of what caught my attention recently. Where do earthquakes come from? Being an amateur geologist, I took one course in college, I think they come from deep in the bowels of the earth. I also think that major market tremors occur from deep in the bowels of the earth. But for the last several months, you can't tell there are any tremors going on below the surface of the earth or the markets, because everything looks great on the surface. So let's talk about the stock market. Or is it a tale of two stock markets? The first quarter saw that ripping decline, and the second quarter saw that ripping advance. So what gives? These three tables show just how imbalanced the broad market indices have become. And in the case of indices that are capitalization weighted, it only takes a little movement from the big dogs to move the so-called market up or down. In Q2, the market enjoyed a major move up, led by the biggest companies, but what happens when gravity takes over? A risk that Mr. Market may be underestimating is the fact that some of the biggest companies driving recent market gains have come under government scrutiny both here in the US as well as Europe. They are being investigated for any number of perceived unfair trade practices, and in this era of populist tendencies, the outcome of these reviews may not be favorable to those companies. John D. Rockefeller and the late great Standard Oil were a testament to what government displeasure can do to a company. In the 90s, the internet boom created a whole new array of technologies and companies that advanced productivity throughout the world. It was the last big thing. So what's the next big thing? I've contended for a long time that medical technological breakthroughs are where the next big thing is, with all of its societal implications. Recently, a woman was injected with her own stem cells that had been genetically modified by two biotech companies. And this woman saw a complete remission from sickle cell anemia. Now, sickle cell doesn't affect many people, but those it does affect, it is devastating. They essentially used the woman's own cells to heal her. Although this is a very small example, it portends great things ahead as we develop more, better, and faster cellular therapies to arrest many diseases we thought could not be cured. Al Roker of Today Show fame used to wish anybody turning age 100 a happy birthday on the air every day. Al doesn't do that anymore, not that because he's gotten crabby in his old age, but just too many of us are turning 100 every day. The societal implications are enormous. On the one hand, growing old for just the sake of growing old isn't a great idea, because if you grow old and decrepit, that's not a fun way to live. But if you grow old in good health, that's something else. But then, where will these folks work? Or if they're not working, how will they support themselves in retirement for many, many decades? Those are things we need to ponder and need to consider as medical technology marches forward. Wishing you all the good health, I'm Hugh Anderson, and I'll see you soon.